Naruto's battle against Delta intensifies as she reveals her most powerful ability, super powerful eye lasers. Greetings, my friends. It's time to take a look at another ninja-tastic chapter of Boruto, Naruto Next Generations, where the battle between Boruto and Delta continues, and honestly, it's pretty damn cool. I'm gonna go up and put up a spoiler warning. If you guys haven't checked it out, make sure to read it before you check out this review. The good thing is, the Boruto manga series is free to view on Viz's website, which I think is one of the coolest things possible. It means that everybody's gonna have an opportunity to catch up on the storyline, so I highly recommend that you guys check that out as soon as you can, as they only keep a few chapters up at a time. But let's go ahead and jump into this one right here, as Naruto continues to battle against Delta of Kara. And for the most part, this is a pretty simple chapter, but one that's incredibly satisfying nonetheless, as Naruto versus Delta is basically 50-50. Not one character seems to have an advantage over one another, and they're doing a great job of establishing that Kara is incredibly powerful, and while they don't have the same typical jutsu-styled abilities that we've seen from the past of the series, their technology is something that you don't want to scoff at, as it can completely fuck you up in a lot of crazy ways, like the fact that Delta has the ability to fire super-powered laser beams from her eyes, which can not only sever just about anything, but also has the distinctive ability to not allow things to regenerate. What that basically means is if she actually cuts off one of Naruto's hands or legs or something, there's no way that that thing's going to be able to come back, even with the power of Kurama. Even someone like Kawaki, who has the ability to sort of manipulate his body in the same way that Delta does, if he loses an arm or leg, he's losing that arm or leg. That's how crazy this ability actually is. They've actually managed to create something which can completely nullify and destroy the effects of chakra or regenerating abilities. And that alone makes them incredibly terrifying. I have a feeling we're going to see more variations on this as the battles with Kara begin to intensify, but still, it's a pretty horrifying prospect to know that it could actually happen. And while these lasers are incredibly powerful, you still have to manage to hit your opponent with them. Luckily, Naruto manages to be faster than the speed of freaking light at times, which allows him to actually escape from Delta. However, that's when Delta gets a little desperate in trying to attack him, even going after Boruto and even Himawari. That was what I thought was probably the most horrifying part of the chapter, where Delta grabs onto Himawari and throws her up into the air, preparing to hit her with some freaking lasers, and then boom! Boruto's getting ready to jump in, Naruto's getting ready to help out, and you think both of these characters are going to get desperately injured. This is the moment that Delta's been waiting for, knowing that if he throws Himawari up into the sky, Naruto is going to try and save his daughter. But there is a big twist. Kawaki ends up getting in the way of the blast, and even gets hit point blank. This is a big turning point for his character as well, as it shows that he's finally starting to realize who his true allies are. Even though he still comes across as kind of cold and callous, he does not want to go along with Kara and their plan. What I think is most interesting about the scene is that it is showing that while he is getting closer to these characters, we do know that eventually Kawaki is going to betray the village and even end up fighting against Boruto at some point later. So what's the rundown on this chapter of Boruto? Very simple but very satisfying. The first half of the chapter is just Delta and Naruto trading blows with one another. The most intriguing thing, again, is the fact that these characters are using technology to fight back now, and it's sort of like changed the dynamic of every single fight. I especially love how Delta actually has like that weird drone that's constantly flying in the sky, which basically allows her to have perfect vision of everything that's going on around her. It also gives her the unique ability to see things that are actually invisible. There is a scene where Boruto gets really pissed off and he tries to fire an invisible Rasengan at her, which of course does what it always does. It flies, it disappears, and eventually it hits the opponent. But she's actually able to see it thanks to that weird drone that's actually flying around in the sky, which basically means they're going to have to come up with a new strategy to fight back against her. If this is how strong Delta is, I can't even imagine how strong the other members of Kara are going to be, and I'm just sort of waiting for that moment where Kashin Koji is actually going to appear. Let's face it, Delta's awesome, but we're all waiting for Kashin Koji. We want to know who he is, we want to know if he's Jiraiya or if he's related to Jiraiya, and it's going to be really great to see Naruto actually go up against him, as you know it's going to be like a big moment for the series. But no, they're mostly focusing on the battle with Delta, which luckily was very exciting. Like I said, there really isn't that much to talk about in this chapter, as it really was mostly just fighting the entire time, but it looked really good while it was doing it. I have to say that the artist who draws this series is doing a really great job with the action and making it feel unique and distinct when compared to the other parts of the Naruto series. There's a lot of new stuff to actually enjoy here, and it's got me so excited to see what the other members of Kara are going to be like. They truly have lived up to the hype of being the brand new villains of the series. I didn't think the Akatsuki could ever possibly be topped. There is the possibility that it could actually happen with these characters, and that's got me all sorts of excited and is going to get me to tune in every single month for these chapters. It makes me desperately wish that the Boruto series was actually like a weekly manga, because man, waiting for these chapters is just, ugh, I can't stand it. So let's just wrap this one up. Like I said, this was a super exciting chapter showing a super destructive ability of Kara, and it was very shocking. Kawaki making the ultimate sacrifice at the end was great, and showing the bond between him and Boruto grow is really exciting. I really hope that in the next chapter, Naruto's just going to go completely insane with his power. Maybe even Sasuke could appear to actually help him out. However, if that happens, I have a feeling that Kashin Koji is going to appear, and anything we can do to get that character back into the story, I'm excited for, because I just want to learn so much more about him. As it is, though, the story is continuing to be a slow drip of awesomeness, but you can bet your ass I'm going to be there every time to check it out. I'm giving this chapter a 5 out of 5. I'd love to get your thoughts on the chapter and the battle with Delta in the comments section below, and what you hope to see from the rest of this battle, and any future theories and things you want to see from the rest of the Kara arc of the series. Thank you all for watching this review. I'll see you all next time, and as always, stay down, baby.